This is Chris Waddams here for Southpaw Jab with Team Southpaw Jab member Chris Hobbs. How's it going, Chris?
Going well, mate. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. So, we obviously talk, we keep in touch. It's been a stressful few days, hasn't it? Do you want to let us know what's happened?
It's been a little bit up and down. Obviously we was having a bit of trainer issue, but it's all been sorted now. There was just a little disagreement, but it's all been sorted now. Nothing too mad, just a few communication problems, but they've all been sorted out now. So everything's back on swing and that. So I'm back still training with Red Corner. Everything's still, going well. We've got a good team, and we're just going to move on to, the next fight. And then obviously so it's looking likely that the next fight's not going to be the Southern Area title fight now, due to some promotional issues or held up issues with the belt still being in yards control. Normally, when a belt is vacated, normally when another belt is fought for, like WBO title or any title, a bigger title, you automatically vacate the title that you're holding. But due to the WBO European title not quite being in the boxing books yet, I think it's a reasonably newish title.
This is quite new, yeah.
So because of that, it's kept it out. And so with that, Yard's still technically the champion, even though he's not going to defend it. And he ain't going to want to fight me again, obviously, because he's already beaten me. And he's looking at, Frank Bibioni is what he's pushing for in the bigger fight. So with that, leaves to him with the title for a minute until he, probably to about October time, which has probably ruined it for us to fight for the Southern Area. But I think it's looking likely to be an English title eliminator instead, which is another good step up, which I'm happy to take. I'd rather just be in big fights still. So we move on.
Yeah. So every cloud and all of that, it's not for the Southern Area, which would have been ideal, but the eliminator must have a bit of intrigue to it to be able to, with a win, fight for the English title.
Yeah, the English title is a title I want to get my hands on, but it might not be at this weight for me because I've got my own big thoughts. I'm hoping this will probably be my last fight at light heavyweight. I'm thinking about going down to super middleweight. I think I can do it now with my nutritionist team, so I think I can make the next weight below. So that's what we're looking at after this fight. Is maybe going down a weight. If the right fight come up and they goes, we're going to offer you the English title fight at light heavyweight, I'll still, I'll jump at it. But my aim is to maybe try and have a little crack at super middleweight to see if I could be, as strong as super middleweight. So that's the sort of plan. But it's still a big fight. I don't want to go backwards and fight Journeyman, and I don't want to be waiting around. And Miles is a really good fighter, so it'd be a good test. Push myself, and it'll keep my name relevant, keep me up there, and I can just move on forwards.
Yeah, I think it's testament to both of you that you're still taking the fight. Like you're both still fighting. Like it's neither of you are letting the lack of the belt stand in the way of a good fight, which is nice to see. A lot of fighters would run a mile at this point.
Well, we're both proper fighters. We're proper, that's well, it's going to be a good fight. That's why it's probably the best fight on the card because of that. We're both hungry. We both want it. We're both trying to get to the next step. He's had a shot at it and he fell short, but he wants to get back there again. He doesn't. He feels like he's underperformed. I've not stepped up that much. I stepped up with Yard. But Yard's probably going to go on and be a world champion. And I got beat. Just have to. Keeps going until you reach that sort of level. We'll see what happens. We get through the fight. It's going to be a big hard fight, but I'm confident. I'm confident I can go in there. I think he's underestimating me a little bit. I think he sees himself as above this level, above the fight level. So, and I think he's really keen to get the rematch with McIntyre because they've got one apiece now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things a lot of cards on the table. The light heavyweight division is all up in the air at the minute. There's all the belts are sort of taken, but there's a lot of mandatory places being taken. People being demanded to defend here and there, and so much going to be happening over the next few months. I think a few people won't fight each other. Vacant shots will come up, and so the light heavyweight division is quite exciting at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's gone from being a bit of a dead division like a year or two ago to being quite a live division when you look at it. When you look at like yourself and Miles fighting, which what should have been for the southern area. You got Joel against is it Liam Conroy for the English, which should be a good fight. Bullioni against Johnson. You got Burton
and Yard been ordered. Burton and Yard ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. So what I think is Burton will maybe fight the winner of the two. I think Burton will fight the winner of McIntyre and thing possibly, or maybe or he may even fight the winner of the Jake Paul Joe Sheriff fight.
Yes, yeah.
So we'll see. We can see what happens with that. But I don't think Yard's pretty much said that they're not fighting Burton, and they've put that out there that they don't want to fight him. They think that they're above that, and they're not going to fight it. Boogie only said he's not going to fight Yard as well. So there's a stalemate there between them. I saw an interview with Don Charles yesterday that he said that they don't want to fight yet. It's not a fight they're looking at. They're looking beyond it. So that leaves them fighting. Callum Johnson fighting for it. And that's a tough fight because Callum Johnson's top class.
He is very underrated, is Johnson, isn't he?
Very underrated. He's had a lot of injuries, but he's a top operator. So we've got to wait. So you got that building up, and then you've got. I expect Joel to beat Liam Conroy. I believe he'll beat him, and then Joel sat waiting for a shot at the British, but he'd be second or third in line to wait for that, which leaves more is more waiting around. Yeah, there's a lot. It's going to be a lot of waiting around for people at the minute, and that's why people are going to bypass bouts and go other routes. I think at the minute, but there is a lot of options out there, and I think the winner of the Miles Shinkwin and the winner of Joe and Jake Paul, they're going to get offered opportunities that might not have happened if all the guys would fight in their mandatories, but not everyone's going to fight their mandatories, so little offers might pop up, for the winners. So there's there's a lot on stake for people on everybody, and for me, Miles is a great name to have on my record, so that's what I see it as. I see if I beat him, I've beaten another real fighter. I'm not fighting bums. I'm fighting Journeyman. I fought a decent fighter, and I've beaten him. That's good for me. That I can move on from that and be happy whether it's in the super mobility division or at light heavy. Like I said, I want to be able to put myself in the option that I can fight at either, sit in the middle and see which one I prefer to fight at.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a good place to be. Like what you were saying with the belts, light heavyweight can open up, especially if Bullioni beats Johnson. And then goes on to what everyone seems to be thinking was going to happen, him getting a shot at Nathan Cleverley's world title, because it's an easy fight to make, matchroom fighters.
Yeah.
That would open it up even more. And light heavyweight division is slowly becoming a buzz division, I think, especially domestically.
Yeah, it's been a while as well. I don't think we've had as many decent domestic guys in it at the same time. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the time you'll have like two or three. You'll have a couple of dominant guys. Like we had Tony Bellew and Nathan Cleverley dominating for a while. Then you had Oval dominating.
Can't forget Oval in there, can you? Yeah.
And then Oval dominated for a while. You know what I mean? And but there was no. You know what I mean? Oval didn't really have any challenges. Who could, because at the time, I'd only just turned pro, and all the other guys weren't ready yet. So all the guys who are around now were all debutees then. So
yeah, or even at different weight divisions in Buglioni's case. So.
Exactly, yeah. And I think Tom Baker's about to make a comeback. I'm hearing rumours about it. I've not seen much about it, but I've heard he's making a back. He's a good fighter. I don't know what his situation is.
Isn't he?
But Tom Baker?
Yeah. Is he former English?
Yeah. Say that again, sorry? You broke up there.
Sorry. He's former English champion, isn't he, Baker?
I can't remember. I'm not sure if he fought. I think he was meant to fight for the English. I'm not sure if it went on or he pulled something happened.
No, that's it. I think he was meant to fight Miles.
And then he pulled out, I think.
Pulled out, and that's when Joel stepped up.
Yeah, I think he's had a few injuries. It's been like I said, the division's open, and everyone in it is top quality, really. So there ain't hard. And it's good that they're fighting each other, and if more people do that, it's better for boxing. Do you know what I mean? If you lose, you just rebuild and get back up on the horse, and and get back in amongst it. Whereas some people will lose and go fight 4 or 5 journeymen again and think, oh, I'd get my confidence back up. But, what's the point? Get in there, get amongst it. That's what you did when you was an amateur. You won some, you lost some, and you move on, It's a sport, end of the day.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think there's a little bit too much emphasis on an unbeaten record in boxing now.
But I say it all the time, if you're unbeaten and you've not fought at least one guy 50%, whether 50-50 record, you're not unbeaten. Anyone could do that, If you've not fought one guy who's a live opponent, especially if they're not a live British opponent, because you can get a foreign one to, got 10-0, but they're absolutely terrible. They've just been put over to get beat. Then you're not a real champion. You're not a real, you shouldn't be as high up because the box rankings are terrible. They've got some people up there who's not, fought a single winning record, and they've got them in the top 20.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? These guys are untested.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I mean, especially when you think you've only suffered a true defeat against Yard, and then your other one was an injury. So it's
the other one was an injury, and then and I've only really fought 2 proper journeymen in my entire career. I've been quite lucky. I mean, I fought the only 2 journeymen I really fought were Mitch Mitchell and Ian Jackson, and both of them at the time were quite durable and were the better type of the journeyman as well. At the time, so they're the only real journeyman I fought. My first fight, I fought an unbeaten guy. He wasn't up to much, but I beat him. And then I had a debut lad. Then I boxed another guy who was 2-0. He'd lost 2 fights, but then his next fight after me, he went and knocked out a top prospect. So I mean, I've had cousins and stuff like that. I think I've fought a lot better than a lot of the people who have, but you know what, that's done me good because I've learned on the way. I've been in these tough fights, and I know that I can mix it up a little bit, and I want to continue doing that, and that's why I still want to fight Shinkwin. That's why I'm happy to get in there and still do it even if the title's not on the line.
Oh, wicked. Well, you're coming back to the place where you won the Southern Area title. Does that are you looking forward to that?
Oh, York Hall's a great venue. It's brilliant. I mean, it's historic, and I had the win there, and it just feels special there. For such a small venue, it has such a great atmosphere. It's roaring in that place. So I'm well excited to go back to York Hall and box there. I like London. It doesn't feel like a small hall show when you fight at Bethnal Green. It doesn't feel like you're in a nightclub or in a leisure centre anymore. It feels like a proper event. And the good ones work on that, so it should be a real good night again. And there's a lot of fighters on. There's a lot of light heavyweights on as well.
Yeah, there is.
And cruiserweights on the same show. You've got, I think Ollie Patterson's on.
Ollie Patterson, another Team Southpaw Jab member, he's fighting, yeah.
Yeah, so he's on. Jordan Joseph's making his comeback after his last fight with me. He just signed another 3-year contract, I think, with a good one I saw on Facebook the other day. Yeah, I saw that. So he'll be there. He's starting to rebuild again. That'd be a good fight. Them two fight each other, but good one to keep them apart, no doubt. Who else is there? You got me on there. Got Danny Cousins and I can't remember his pronounce name. SD they call him, Spiros, whatever.
Yeah, Spiros, yeah.
So that's a good fight. Because Danny's looking for his cruise for a Southern Area shot, but obviously Waddy's still got that, and Waddy's defending against Lopez.
Yeah.
So there's some good fights. It's a very good card for what you're getting for the money and stuff. I think it's one of the best small hall show cards of the year.
Yeah, there's also Freddie quit with defending his Southern Area welterweight title.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can't remember the guy he's fighting. I've interviewed him. Something Green. His name is Liam Green. I can't remember. Sorry, mate, that I haven't remembered your name there. But that looks a good one. He's unbeaten. Last time I checked.
People forget what that Southern Area title means to some people. Some people, because it's a proper legitimate title, and the Southern Area is seen as more prestigious normally than the Midlands and Central Area and Northern Area titles, because it covers such a big area, and normally because it has London involved in it as well. It's it's massive. That Southern Area title is massive to some fighters. Definitely. It was massive to me, and it still is. You
look at some of the fighters that have held it.
That's it.
At the
Billy
moment,
Saunders has held it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
People are fighting it. And I think Daniel Dubois is fighting for it next.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's fighting for the heavyweight.
So do you know what I mean? The title genuinely means something to people. Some people, they see it as a stepping stone, but it's a real title. So you get some good scraps for that Southern Area belt. So when you put stuff like that on the line, you can have a real good tear up there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to cover, Chris, before I go?
No, I'm pretty good. I'm glad to still getting plenty of support. I want to thank Raging Beasts for for making my kit. They're just putting the designs in for my new kit, which you helped me design.
It's going to be that is, isn't it? I've seen that. It's absolutely brilliant. Whoever designed that, they've got some talent.
It's going to be very special. This kit. It's going to be beautiful bit of kit. So I've got to thank them for all the help they give me. I thank yourself for all the interviews and the help and the support. Aquam, they give me a little bit of sponsorship. They want to be known as Silent, really, but they're helping me out. Or also got to thank Pro Nutrition, who sorted out my nutritionist. I've got a nutritionist on board for the first time ever. So I've got a meal plan. Paul O'Neill from the Pro Nutrition. We're working off of DNA. It's like a whole new scientific way of working, and it's it's going well. Right, so hopefully we see the results of this come fight night.
Yeah, wicked. Well, if people want tickets, Chris, how do they get hold of you for them?
You can get. I'm on Facebook. I've got my personal page. I've got a lot of people on there. I've got my athlete page, so you can find me on there. There's Chris Hobbs, and I'm on Twitter at Chris Hobbs Boxer. And if anybody wants this for the same sort of tag, you can look on Instagram. You see bits of me training. I put a lot of my stuff on there on Instagram, all my training videos and stuff like that. So if you follow me at Chris Hobbs Boxer on Instagram, you can catch me on there also.
Wicked. Well, I hope the camp goes well, Chris. And we'll talk soon. And hopefully we'll see you on a night.
All right, top man.
All right, mate. You take care.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Bye.